Fedora Workstation 41 to no longer install GNOME-X.org session by default. I think it's pronounced Xorg, actually. Anyways, Fedora Workstation has long defaulted to using GNOME's Wayland session by default, but it has continued to install the GNOME-Xorg session for fallback purposes or those opting to use it instead. But for the Fedora Workstation 41 release later in the year, there is a newly approved plan to no longer have that GNOME Xorg session installed by default. So recently there was a ticket opened about this. This is just about whether the session is pre-installed but would continue to live in the repo for those wanting to explicitly install it. The Fedora Workstation Working Group decided to go ahead with this change for the 41 cycle, not the upcoming 40 cycle. So Fedora 40 will still have this thing installed. It's not enabled by default, but it can be enabled if you need it. And then starting in 41, it will not be enabled. If I understood correctly, it will still be in the repos, so you can still pull it and install it if you need it for whatever reason. From what I understand, I get most of my deeper Linux news from the Linux Experiment. I'm not going to lie, because he's very knowledgeable, and truthfully, I like his sense of humor and stuff. So from what I understand, Wayland is kind of the future, whether you like it or not. That's kind of what everybody's moving towards. Xorg, X11 is just very... it's kind of spaghetti code. It's been around for so long and added to for so long that it's just kind of accrued a lot of technical debt. It's difficult to work with, and it's kind of insecure and just all these different things. So I think for the vast majority of people, this probably won't matter, especially if you're already using Fedora. You're already probably using Wayland. And if you're not, then you know what this is all about. You know where to get it, and hopefully it's on your radar. On that note, and I forgot to mention it on the Linux market share one too, both of those stories were discussed on the Linux Experiment's latest weekly news episode, and he goes into more detail. So definitely check those out if you are interested by those stories and want to get some additional information.
Hey, thanks for watching this clip. Here's another clip for you, and if you want to really dive into tech news, check out our main channel Surveillance Report for all your privacy and security news in a convenient video and audio podcast once a week. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.